again, one of the things that I want to focus in on here is not all network management has to be look at just the network, IP network. What we have done is modified our system to be able to look at not only IP portion network, but the TDM network. Here's another issue, GR303 issue. Telco was complaining about calls not being able to complete through the system. We evaluated the GR303 statistics, and we found that there was some drops, a lot of attempts, but not a lot of completions on that connection, and it related back to the DSLAM. Again, we're looking at the statistics off this GR303 connection. There was no failures, but there was a lot of failed attempts and the disconnects on that. And again, there's nothing on this side that indicated that there was a problem. Went back to the DSL, the carrier went to their DSL, found the problem, and solved it and moved on. So, again, this is identifying the problem quickly and resolving it is the key to the issue. Another problem we found on this particular kind, we discovered a lot of calls being sent out of a specific thousands group. We discussed that with the client. The client said, well, we don't have anything on this thousands group. We don't have anybody that's using that thousands group. So we started tracking the SS7 records and the AMR records, and we found there was a VoIP carrier that was polling the switch, identifying unused circuits on that, connections on that switch, and was making calls on that switch. We actually shut that down and was able to stop that. And again, here's one of the reports that we did that showed it. And again, it was in this thousands group, and we had calls being completed. It wasn't using that trunk group, and those numbers, and we isolated and solved the problem. So to conclude, the key points of what I'm trying to point out here is information is power. You need as much to know as much about your network as you can to make decisions. Networks will constantly change. They'll change dramatically. You need tools to help you manage and understand that network, and you need to use that. To be successful, you got to identify what's running across your network. You got to constantly review the current and emerging applications. You need to update your network baselines. You need to continue to look at those baselines, because that's really the key to understanding how your thresholds are set and identifying, and then continue to update your thresholds and alarms. And if you do that and take the time to do that, you're going to be successful at it. Now, if you don't have the manpower or the resources, that's what we're here for. That's all we do. This is what we look at. We work on network management. We work on networks. We work on networks for clients, and that's the service we are providing to the community. Is there any questions?
Can you customize the reports to a specific client?
Yes, I can. We can, and in fact, that's one of the things we do. We will, if there's a special report that a client wants, we will develop it to fit their needs and develop it for them, specifically for them. We try to customize what a customer wants. If a customer wants us just to watch the specific interfaces on their network, we will do that. If all they want us to do is look at their switch and collect information about the traffic across the switch, we will do that. If a customer wants us to customize what we're seeing and provide specialized reports, we do that. We know each company is different. No company is the same, and no company has everything the same as anybody else. So what we do is we tailor it to fit the customer's need. We go to great lengths to try and do that. Any other questions? Yeah.
Is this an SNMP-based tool, or do you use other methods for collecting data?
Okay, and that's a real good question. We use SNMP mostly. In fact, we write our own MIBs for collecting. Again, some of the things that what we talked about, some of the table-based services, we will key on, you know, block traffic, and we will build our own MIBs to pull information and alarm for us. But it's not the only thing we use. We use NetFlow, SFlow, JFlow. We use a variety of other tools. We actually collect traffic through, we actually build scripts to collect traffic off the AFCs, and we actually pull information off the AFCs, old AFCs that don't have any MIB. So we actually pull that traffic and collect that. So we do it, and we use other people's tools. We are not tied to any one thing. What we do is we use a manager to be a manager of managers, and then I'll use Engati, I'll use the Calyx CMS, I'll use anything to pull information from. Again, our goal is to collect as much information as I can and present it in a single format to our client. And our alarms come from one place. They don't come from different sources. So we manage all of our alarms from one location. Thank you for listening.